Ahora, damas y caballeros, Saúl Canelo Alvarez. Are you ready for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to...
Saúl Canelo Alvarez, the Gorilla, John Ryder, 12 rounds for the undisputed super-middleweight championship of the world. Live on the zone pay-per-view from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He's a southpaw with a professional record of 32 victories, 5 defeats. He has 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Islington, North London, England. Here is the former WBA and the reigning WBO interim super-middleweight world champion. Here's the gritty, game, and rugged mandatory challenger, the Gorilla, John Ryder. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is the defending undisputed world champion. His professional record, 58 victories, 2 defeats, 2 draws, with 39 wins coming by way of knockout. Ganó su primer título mundial hace 12 años. Peleó por última vez en Guadalajara hace 12 años. Sábado noche celebramos el regreso de El Rey a casa. Here is the 4-division world champion and the reigning, defending, undisputed, super medio campeón del mundo, peleando fuera, Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, el amado, querido y talentoso tapatío, el orgullo del pueblo mexicano, Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
Like this week, being back here?
I'm excited to fight here in my hometown. The people support me from the beginning, so I'm glad to be here in my hometown, and I'm happy. I'm happy with the response of my people.
What kind of memories does it bring back being back here?
Oh, I remember when I fought in the little arenas, and now look how big is this, and it's just an honor. It's an honor, and I'm happy to still and continue make history. And now bringing this kind of fight to my hometown is like grateful for my people.
You grew up watching big outdoor fights, Chavez, Morales. Now you get one of your own. What does it mean to you to have that kind of atmosphere?
No, it means a lot. It means a lot because at the end of the day, I just want to make history, and this is one of my history. So like I say, it's an honor to be in front of my people, and the response of the people is just amazing.
You had surgery on your hand last fall. How is it?
Oh, it's good. It's really good. I'm motivated because now I am able to train 100%, and that's made me feel confident and made me motivate myself.
You mentioned that hand had been bothering you for a while before.
Yeah, like 2 years, 3 years, but you know, like as a fighter, one more fight, but you know, it is what it is, and now I'm like I say, I'm happy to be able to train 100%.
Do you think that affected your past performances, having that hand injury?
I think affecting everything because, you know, it's boxing. I need my hands on 100%, but I have the skills to handle with one hand, right? But at the end of the day, at the end of this past year, I don't available to train 100%. That made me not going to 100% in that fight.
You took the loss to Dmitry Bivol last year. You beat Gennady Golovkin, but I think a lot of people expected you to maybe dominate a little more.
Yeah.
That's led to some people say maybe Canelo is past his prime. Maybe Canelo is on the decline. Do you still feel you're at your best?
Yeah, I'm in my best, and I'm the best fighter out there. You know, I lose with one of the best fighter in 175. So, and I'm trying to do history, to do everything different to other fighters, go up and down and in weight classes. So it's not easy, but I like challenge, and I feel in my best, and you're gonna see.
Is it motivating to you to feel like people are questioning whether you're still the best?
No, I feel I'm in my best, and I feel good. I feel good. I feel my prime, and you're gonna see.
There have been some rumors out there that maybe you're fighting back here because this could be your last fight. Is there any chance this is your last fight?
No, you look, if John Ryder beat me, so I'm done, right? But it's not my last fight. I'm gonna continue in boxing for a long time.
What do you have left to prove in boxing?
No, I just want to continue make history like the big fights out there. And right now, my sure goal term is the fight with Dmitry Bivol, and then we'll see.
First up is John Ryder. I think a lot of people are not expecting much from John Ryder because they look at his record. What are you expecting from Ryder?
No, I just train for the best fighter out there. I don't want to be like so much confident because that they say the same thing with Dmitry Bivol, and look, he's a good fighter. So I train 100% for the best fighter out there, and like I say, if I lose with John Ryder, then I'm done, right?
Canelo, was it, I need to get this May date, this middle of the year date where he will fight, or past that, it could be something that never happened?
I think so, yeah. I think for myself personally, it's like what do you do in the meantime? I knew that it was going to be called as mandatory title challenge, but yeah, I didn't really want to sit around and wait out till September, and it'd be like, what kind of fight do you have in the meantime? So for me, time to get that May date, and yeah, I'll train towards it anyway, so just get in there and get it done.
Obviously, you said the best kept secret in boxing. I know the little bit you done with Umar as well. There was a couple of things I saw where you don't want to speak too much about something when it's in the process, just because even if you like don't want to kind of jinx it, whatever. But can you kind of tell us from the changing rooms of the fight post Zach Parker to the fight actually being confirmed and made, kind of what sort of talks were held, how it all kind of unfolded? Because I know Eddie, I think a text was sent from Eddie to Canelo or to Canelo's team, basically in the immediate aftermath of the fight with Zach.
Yeah, I think me and Eddie obviously spoke on FaceTime straight after the fight. I saw Eddie a few weeks later in Leeds, and he sent a selfie of me and Eddie to Canelo. So I think the ball was initially rolling, and they were just looking at how his wrist had held up and gone with the surgery and recovery. So that was all good to go. And then I think start of the new year, we started talking. It was a bit of a slower fighter process, but then obviously once the contract was sent over, a couple of little amendments, very easy to deal with. Just I think the process was the sorting out the Mexican TV side of it. I think that's what delayed things, and like I say, just happy to get over the line and get it finally announced.
Was there ever any likelihood that it could be in this country? Because I know, again, when I spoke to you and Tony after the fight was at, it was Canelo, May, Wembley. Obviously, I know you were buzzing that night and there were talks to be had, but was there ever a likelihood that Canelo could fight over here? Because I know it's something he said he wants to tick, and you know, you're the only Brit left. So was it ever going to be over here?
I don't know. I think Eddie said there was a lot of offers in from obviously London, Vegas, the US. We'll say Vegas like they ain't in the US. I don't know why. Yeah, Vegas, other places in the US. Let's mention Abu Dhabi, and obviously I think I shot myself in the foot where I said on the George Rose podcast that I'm happy to fight in Mexico, and when they took it and run with it. So listen, like you say, a challenge is a challenge, and what better than to fight the champion in his own backyard.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the press tour. Obviously, was that your first time being in Mexico in a boxing sense, like not from a holiday, like seeing kind of the Mexico, the boxing side of things? Because I know obviously they're like serious fanatics out there.
Yeah, first time ever on Mexican soil. Sorry. People were friendly. People were nice.
It's just not a fight yet.
Yeah, I know. I think it would have been a little bit different on fight week, but yeah, it was nice. The stadium was pretty impressive, and just imagine it with a boxing ring in the middle and set up with 50,000 screaming Mexican fans, all baying for blood.
Yeah, it is going to be a serious atmosphere in there. I don't think anyone expected you to go out from the off and start slating Canelo. Was it always going to be one of them press conferences where it's kind of low key? I suppose launch press conferences especially, they're never too feisty anyway. Was it always going to be low key? You go head to head, a bit tense, but never going to be more than that, was it?
Yeah, I think I don't really think I need to sell this fight. I think it's a fight involved. Canelo, they kind of sell themselves. And why do I need to break my character to try and sell a fight? I mean, there's respect there from my side to him. He's been a great fighter and a great champion, but I'm there purely on May 6th to do a job, and that's it. It's all professionals. I just want to get in there, get my job done, and get home to my family.
Does he kind of carry a different aura to fighters you've met before? Because I was around him once in San Diego, and obviously I'm a boxing fan, so it's a bit different. But I feel like there's certain fighters that perhaps carry a different aura, where when they've been so successful, they kind of just have a different feel around it. Did you get that with Canelo?
It's hard because obviously I was looking at it from a different perspective this time. Obviously I've met him before as a fan, but this time it was strictly business, so all that was put to the side, and I think I don't know, it's hard for me to say, but I didn't feel it this time. I just felt like it was an opponent, and that was it.
Yeah. Obviously I come to the old Matchroom gym when you were wearing the Canelo shirt and you were training, talking about that fight. You would have had an idea of how you would want to fight Canelo then, and obviously you have your game plan now, obviously not in too much detail. Have things changed massively? Have they changed at all? Changed a little bit? Like, how would it be different for John Ryder fighting Canelo then to now?
Well, I've had to turn off fanboy mode and go into full-on assault mode, do you know what I mean? No, like I say, the respect is there, and I was lucky enough to box in his undercard. Well, I've been lucky enough to be ringside at his fights, but it's strictly business now. Listen, it's not going to be hard for me to study tapes of him. I've watched most of his fights already. So now it's just going through and picking out the bones of what he does wrong and picking up on his mistakes. So I think initially I've studied a lot of him, and I realised what he does well and what he needs to work on, what he doesn't do so well. So myself and Tony will work towards a game plan and execute that May 6th.
Yeah. Do you think it could be kind of an the aggressor fight? Because I know there'll probably be fighters who have gone to fight Canelo in the past, tried to go in their shell a little bit, and perhaps regretted the moment. Do you think, again, I know you ain't going to want to go into too much detail, but could it be, you're going over there, you've got to aggressive, you've got to start aggressive, you've got to make things happen from early?
I think you've got to mix up a bit with him. He's obviously a great counter puncher, so you've got to have to counter at times, but then you are going to have to be aggressive and take it to him. So I think as long as you can do that sensibly and then not get too carried away and too eager, then you should be fine.
Yeah. And it would be the sweetest of world title wins after Liverpool, of course. Can you let yourself think about the potential of standing in his hometown holding them belts? Have you let yourself dream about that moment?
Oh, of course, yes. Keep seeing it, but there's a lot of hard work to be done yet beforehand. Obviously, good bit of time here before we head to stateside to finish off. But I'm looking forward to it now. Once it's finally announced, just get my teeth fully into camp over here. we've had a good camp so far, so it's all about just finding details now. Yeah, like I say, I can't wait, man. I'm just buzzing now to finally have it announced. It's finally out there and all systems go.
Yeah. What's it going to be like for you in terms of when you're flying out and kind of the whole work? So May 5th is the date. May 6th is the date. So will you go out 2 sort of weeks before?
Yeah, I think just over 2 weeks before Joe Cordina's fight on the 22nd. We had that 20th to get the time to do it, and then come out a few days later. Fight, hit the ground running. Last week of sparring, and then head down to Guadalajara.
I cannot wait for a massive fight for you. And do you feel like it's one you deserve now? Because, well, I know you're going to say you've been through quite a lot of crap, you've been on the wrong end of decisions, perhaps things haven't gone your way at times. Do you kind of feel like the culmination of your hard work now has been, this is kind of a just reward here, this fight with Canelo?
Yeah.
So who do you think will win this fight? Thanks for watching and leave your comments below. See you soon.